Welcome Tamers. In tonight's video I'll be going over a different deck. This one's from BT17. Just got new support with the LM set just releasing, and it's going to be Pulsemon. I've been sitting on this deck for like a while. I made it when the set came out. I really like the deck. Like the fact that it's multicolored and you have like a green, purple, yellow in the deck, black as well with certain cards. So with the release of LM set, the limited set, we get Shivamon Ace, and we also get the new Exermon, as well as the scrambles. Currently, I'm tweaking around with the deck, see what I like, but it's pretty new additions that give the deck a breath of fresh air. So I'll see you guys in the next part of the video. Alright, and just to start off with the deck profile, we're going over the X. We are running 4 copies of the BT17 Digimon. This is the main egg we're going to use, just 4 copies. It is a yellow egg, and it has a your turn once per turn. When effect places a Tamer card in this Digimon's restriction cards, gain 1 memory. So since we're always mind linking with the Tamer, we will be getting that additional memory. It's great for us to start a turn, use a Pulsemon from BT17, tuck a Tamer underneath, get a memory off the Pulsemon, and then get a memory off the BBmon. So we are running this one at 4. I don't think there's an additional egg that we need to run for this deck. Sorry for the glare on this side. Next, we're running 4 copies of the BT16 Pulsemon. This is a searcher for the deck. It's the green Pulsemon, 3 cost 1k, equals for 0 on top of a level 2, but if it's BB1 cost 0, then it's on play. Real top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Pulsemon in stacks and 1 card with Abadine and Electronics, trade among them to the hand, then return the rest of the bottom of the deck. And then the inherit of the card is all turns this Digimon Pulsemon in its stacks gets 1000 DP. So it's a good searcher, gets its 2 hits, and then 1k inherit just by having Pulsemon in text is always nice. So we're running that one at 4. Next, we are running 4 copies of the Pulsemon from BT17. This is the SR rookie. It's a 3 cost 2k. It evolves for 1 on top of a green and a yellow level 2, but if it's BB1 it costs 0. And then as a starter main phase, where like from all the rookies in this set, where start main phase, you may, by placing 1 Leon Alexander, the Tamer for the deck, from your hand as his Digimon's bottom duration card. If you have 3 or more security cards, gain memory. If you have 2 or fewer, recover +1. And then all turns while this Digimon has Pulsemon in stacks, it gets 1000 DP. So it's an additional DP boost for our stack, and also the deck wants to be hovering at 3 security all the time. That way you get both effects. First effect, if you have 3 or more, would be gain a memory, and if you have 3 or less, you recover. 2 or less, you recover. So this allows us to at least meet that threshold to get an extra security, right? Or just to gain a memory. Gain a memory is always nice. So we're running this one at 4. Next, we're running 2 copies of the Pulsemon from BT6. 3 cost 2k, evolves for 0 on top of a yellow egg. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the text rule box, but BB1 being yellow, it's totally fine. And then it has an on play that you may charge the top card of your security set until there are 3 left, and then gain a memory for each security card trashed. So basically, if we were playing this for 1, because he costs 3 to play, we'll trash 2 to get 3 memory, to get to 3, and then we'll gain 2 memory back, right? And then it's your turn. While you have 3 security cards, this Digimon gains jamming. Just gives us jamming on our stack. Sometimes we'll be swinging with a barrier, but that would means we would have to burn a security just to prevent deletion from a Digimon battle, security battle. But this gives us jamming as long as we're at 3 security. So we're running this one at 2. Currently, I'm only running 10 rookies. That's pretty much all the rookies. And then going into our level 4s, we are running 4 copies of the Pokemon from BT17. 5 cost 5k, evolves for 3 on top of green or yellow level 3. But if it's Pulsemon, it costs 2. And then when Digivolving, if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 to be for the turn. You've got 3 of your secure cards, suspend your opponent's Digimon. And then all turns, when your security stack is trashed, if Leon Alexander is in this Digimon switching cards, recover +1. And then while this Digimon has +1 in his stacks, he has 1000 DP, so more DP boosting our stack. This one's cool because as long as we have 3, we'll give something -3 and we'll suspend it, allowing us to either swing at it or remove it with a different effect, right? And then if we have Leon, which is a tamer, and we tuck it underneath him, we'll be able to recover as long as we trash one of our security, right? Most of their effects are trashing, so we can recover just by having the tamer underneath. So this one, we're running it at 4. Next, we're running 3 Namekamons. It's 4 cost 4k. It's black. It evolves for 2 on top of a black that's level 3, but if it's Pulsemon, it evolves for 2. And then when Digivolving and then on play, if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your Digimon can have its DP reduced by your opponent's effects and isn't affected by the Digivolve effects. And if you have 3 or fewer security cards, one of the Digimon gains blocker and reboot until the end of your turn. And then all turns, while the Digimon has Pulsemon and tags, it gets 1000 DP. So he allows us to, he protects us as long as we have 3 or more security from DP reduction and the Digivolve. And then that's really good because a lot of decks right now are DP minusing, and then they're also Digivolving. So if we're up against a Takamakazuchi and then turn prior we play this, we're at 3 security, right? They won't be able to DP minus our stack, and we'll have a blocker that we could barrier out. And if we don't have it, then we can make it into a blocker and a reboot. So I do like this one. I was running at a 4, but currently running at a 3, just trying out some other things. Next, we have 2 copies of Runnermon. So from BT16 is a 4 cost 4k. It was for 2 on top of a green that's for 2 over a level 3 that's green, but if it's Pulsemon, it was for 2. As an on play, when Digivolving, if you have 3 or more security cards, suspend your opponent's Digimon. If you have 3 or fewer, gain a memory, and then same inherit as the rest. All turns, you have Pulsemon and tags against 1000 DP. So this one's a good way for you to just, you on top of your Pulsemon, 3 security suspend, 3 or less gain a memory. So it allows us to at least gain us a memory while running it at 2. And then with the release of LM set, this is the first card that we're adding, and it's Exermon from promo 150. It is a 4 cost 4k, same as Runnermon, evolves for 2 on top of a green level 3, but if it's Pulsemon, it evolves for 2. Then when Digivolving, if you have 3 more security cards, suspend your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, which is nice. And if you have 3 or fewer, one of their Digimon or Tamers can unsuspend until the end of the turn. So with this, we're able to block purple hybrid from like unsuspending one of their Tamers. That way they can go into Dustmon and then try to mail us out, or if we know for sure they're gonna swing with something, we could suspend it and keep it suspended. And then all turns, when the Digimon suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with much or less DP added. So if we're able to, we get pretty high in DP, so we could probably suspend something when we suspend. So when we go for attack at security, we were able to suspend one of their bodies, and then they can swing with that. So we're running this one at 1, and then that's it for all the level 4s. Currently running 7, 10. Next, we're going into our 5s. We have 1 copy of Pulsemon from BT16, 6 cost 6k. It was for 3 on top of a green and a yellow level 4, but if it's Pulsemon, it was for 3. And then on play, when Digivolving, if you have 3 or more security cards suspend your opponent's Digimon, it can unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase. And then if you have 2 or fewer security cards, 3 or fewer, you gain 2 memory. So this gains us an additional memory, just like Runnermon. So 2 memory when we have 3 or fewer, but if we have 3 or more, we can suspend something and then it doesn't get to unsuspend. And then has an end of attack in here that's once per turn. If this Digimon has Pulsemon in its stacks, by trashing the top card of your security stack, unsuspend this Digimon. So this one allows us to swing a security, end of attack, inherit. We would trash our own security to unsuspend. So it's a good way for us to keep doing those checks, and then maybe swing one time, unsuspend by trashing Keep Blocker, that one that we got from the Mechamon, and then maybe pass turn doing something else. So we're running this one at 1. Next, I have 1 copy of Shootmon. I do like Shootmon a lot, just because you're able to pop bodies and also Digivolve. So it's a 6 cost 6k, just like Pulsemon. And then instead of being green yellow, is yellow black. Level 4 for 3. Pulsemon for 3 as well. On play when Digivolving. If you have 3 or more security cards, do Digivolve 1 when your opponent's Digimon. If you have 3 or fewer or less, 3 or fewer, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less. So this one allows us to just get rid of maybe like Pulsemon or Memory Blocker, something that's 6 costs. Maybe like you're up against Dexter, they have a Darugamon that's 5 costs. We're able to pop it just by dropping this, as long as we have the correct amount of security, 3 being the correct number. So we're running this one at 1. Next, we have 3 copies of Climbmon. This is the level 5 purple, that's 7k 7k. It's equals for 3 on top of a yellow purple. Pulsemon equals for 3. Then it has only a wind Digivolving, no more on plays like the rest. So this one is if you have 3 or more security cards, draw 2, trash 1. Then if you have 3 or fewer, you may play a Digimon card with Pulsemon in the X and 6k DP or less from your trash without paying the cost. At the end of your opponent's turn, delete it. Then same end of attack, as well as forgot to mention for Shootmon, by trashing your own security. Digimon has Pulsemon text, trashing top card security stack, unsuspend this Digimon, so they all share the same one. But this one is cool because it allows us to just cycle through our deck. If you have 3 or more, we'll draw 2, trash 1. Maybe you want to pitch one of the 6k bodies that we need to play off that effect. And then if you have 3 or fewer, we're able to play one of these. And then it just dies at the end of their turn. So we're running this one at 3. I do like that you're able to play out a body, so it doesn't have to be like the 5s. It could be like Namekamon to give our stack either immunity from DP and Digivolve or block or reboot, right? Next, we have our final level 5. It's Boutmon. They just announced the new Boutmon. I need to think about like what the details for that one is, but I think it has Fortitude, and then you get to do some stuff. But this one is a 7 cost 7k as well. It equals for 4 on top of a green and a yellow level 4. But if it's Pulsemon, it costs 3. And then it's an all turns once per turn. When this Digimon will leave the battle area by an opponent's effects by trashing the top card security stack, prevented from leaving. And then pairs up well with his other all turns, which is also once per turn. When an effect trashes from your security stack, this Digimon with Leon Alexander in his fusion cards may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Pulsemon in its deck from your hand without paying the cost. And then it has the same end of attack, trash your security to unsuspend. So this one is a good way for us to go into our Kazuchimons, right? We would swing with Leon on their sources. Let's say we're just 7k, no DP boost. We die in security to a what's his name? Anything that's over us, like 12k, 10k. We trash security to prevent it from leaving the battle area, right? And then since we trash, we get to go into our level 6 without paying its cost, as long as we have the Tamer and source. So I do like this one. I'm running it at 4. That is it for our level 5s. We're running 8, 9. So 4, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Going into our 5s, I do have the 1 copy of Shroudmon. This one is a 13 cost 13k from BT16. It equals for 5, regardless of if it's Pulsemon. Its 5 cost EVA is really costly, but we have ways to cheese it out, right, by getting so much memory off our effects. But it has a 1 Digivolving end of attack once per turn. If you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7k DP for the turn. If you have 3 or fewer cards, delete one of their unsuspended Digimon. And then all turns, when this Digimon will leave the battle area by an opponent's effect. If you have 3 or more security cards, trashing card by trashing the top card of your security, prevent it from leaving. And then it's on deletion. You recover 1 until you have 3 cards in your security. So this one, I know it's a good combo. If we go into Climbmon, play out one of these, right, still keep turn, we could Digivolve on top, right, and then at the end of your opponent's turn, if we have 1 security, right, this would die, and then on deletion we will recover until we have 3. So it's a good way for you to combo into pieces that you know for sure are gonna die. That way we get the effect of recovering back to 3. Also, able to delete something that's unsuspended is nice. If they have protection, unfortunately we won't be able to do anything, but he's a 13k body, he's pretty strong, right? We're running that one at 1, and then next up we're going into another new addition from the LM set, which is Shivamon Ace. He's a 6 cost, 11k. He goes for 3 on top of a green level 5, but his Pulsemon is also green, and he has Blast, Digivolve, on play when Digivolving. If you have 3 or more security cards, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Suspend one Digimon, and then one of your Digimon gets 3000 AP until the end of your opponent's turn. If you have 3 of your security, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. And then all turns while this Digimon is suspended, it isn't affected by opponent's Digimon's effects. Overflow 4. It is still affected by option cards, right? It's not opponent's effects, it's just Digimon effects. So as long as he's rested, they can Digivolve it, they can DP minus it. I think if they even swing it with retaliation, it doesn't get affected just because he's rested. DP minus does stick, so once he's unsuspended, I'm pretty sure he dies, because it's just lingering on the Digimon. But as long as we're able to suspend a Digimon, we give one of our other Digimon 3000 DP, and then if we meet the requirement of 3 or fewer, we just bottom deck one other Digimon, right? So it's a good ace for the deck. There's not that many purple aces that we could have run with either the climb on, right? This one has at least hits every single level 5 that we have. The other ones were very situational, like I was trying to run Monogurumon Ace, but it's only on purple, and then Mega Gargoyle hits 2 colors, right, green and black, but it wasn't hit purple. So this one helps the deck out just because you're able to ace over any of the level 5s because they all have Pulsemon attacks. So we're running this one at 2. And then finally for our 6s, I am running 4 copies of the Kasujimon from BT17. This is kind of like the boss monster, semi-boss monster, not Takema Kasuchi, but it's 12 cost 12k. It was for 4 on top of a green and yellow level 5. Pulsemon evolves for 3, which is nice. Very cheap evo into level 6. That's the one Digivolving. You suspend your opponent's Digimon. Then if Leon Alexander is Digimon's fusion cards, all your opponent's Digimon gain secret attack -1 until the end of their turn. Then end of your turn, once per turn. If you have 3 or more security cards, one your opponent's Digimon gets -6 on the B for the turn. If you have 3 or fewer, recover +1. Period. Then one of your Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon. So with this one, when you Digivolve, you get to suspend something. If you meet the requirements, get -6k, secure attack -1. That's during your end of your turn, and you can swing at it, right? Able to clear bodies. And then has an inherit effect, which we won't be using just because I'm not running Takema Kazuchi, but it's all turns once per turn. When a card is removed from your security stack, if this Digimon has Inferno Lugamon in its name, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -8000 before the turn. So this one we are running at a 4. That is it for all the level 6s. I am currently only running 7. Moving into the Tamers, I'm running 3 copies of the Leon Alexander from BT17, 3 cost Tamer. Secure effect, you play it out, and then start of your main phase. If a Digimon Pulsemon in its text, you gain a memory. And then main has Mind Link, Digimon that has Pulsemon in its text, so it Mind Links over everything in the deck. And then all turns, inherit, whether this Digimon has Pulsemon in its text, it gains blocker, barrier. And then end of all turns, you could play them out. So we're running this one at 3. It's a good way for us to gain memory of the server main phase. Gives us blocker, barrier. 3 costs to drop is nice. It's not that expensive. So this one we're running it at 3. Next, we are running 3 copies of the Hacker Judge from BT16. This is the 4 cost Tamer. Start of your main phase. Start of your turn, memory setter. Put you at 3. Mind Links over Pulsemon and text, and then also gives blocker, barrier. So this one, they both do technically the same thing, Just one is cheaper, one's a memory starter, one gains you memory. So we do want to see them consistently, because most of the effects on the deck require you to have Leon Alexander. So we're running a 6 split, 3-3 split. That is it for pretty much the Tamers. Going into the options, I have one copy of Lonke Aristacto. I don't know how to say it. 8 cost option with Pulsemon in its deck, so you can actually grab it from the searchers, right? And then it says, while you have a Pulsemon or a Digimon with Pulsemon in its distribution cards in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. And then main, if you have 3 or more security cards, when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 12 KDP for the turn. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, you place this that Digimon face down on top of their security stack. So it's a good way for us to remove bodies, right? And they don't have protection. We could give it minus 12 KDP, or we could just put on top of security, right? So we're running this one at 1. Next, I'm running 2 copies of Thunderflame Crusher. There's the option from BT16 from the Pulsemon decks. It's a 6 cost option. And then while you have a Digimon or Tamer with Pulsemon in its deck, you may ignore this color's requirements. When this card will be used, by trashing cards from your top of your security stack up to having 3 left, reduce the cost by 2 for each card trashed. And then main, literally when your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon, then you have 2 of your security cards, place this at the bottom of your security stack. And then security effect is when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 15k for the turn. So this one is a good option. We could reduce the cost from paying 6 if we use it early. We could trash 2, pay only 2 to play it, give something minus pop a level 5, and if we have 2 or fewer, then we could put it at the bottom security. If not, it'll just go to trash. But if we do manage to use this when we have it only 2, we'll be able to put this as our bottom security. So whenever they would hit this, they would get minus 15k, right? So we could probably pop a different body that they might be swinging for game with. So this one we're running it at 2. Next, I have 2 copies of good old Blinding Ray. 6 cost option, main, trash stop card security, gain 2 memory. So this facilitates our Boutmon, right? When it effect trashes one of our securities, it gets the debuff for free, so we can Blinding Ray, trash, gain 2 memory, and then activate its effect to go into Kasujimon for free if we have Leon Alexander, right? And then also if we are missing memory, this is a good way for us to get memory. So we're running it at 2. And then finally, I am running 3 copies of Hacker Pride. This is kind of like the searcher and also has a delay effect. From BT17, this one is 3 cost option, and it's a main, real top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Pulsemon in its stacks among them to the hand, return to the rest of the bottom of the deck, and then you place this in your battle area. Then it has a delay. By placing the top card of one of your level 4 higher Digimon with Pulsemon in its stacks on top of your security stack, gain 2 memory. And then the security effect is the same. You reveal 3 cards, you add this card with Pulsemon in text among them, and then you place this card in your battle area. So it does about the same thing, but this is good because we could have a level 6 out. We delay, place Kasuchi on top of security, gain 2 memory, go into another Kasuchi, do the effect, or go into our Shroudmon, whichever one it is, and then do different effects. So we're able to recycle our top end, right, to gain memory. If you maybe just need memory to search for stuff, you can hit that 3 security mark. You can delay the Hacker's Pride, place one of your Pulsemon or whoever it is into security, gain the 2 memory, and then keep going over. Alright, so this pretty much is it for this deck list. There are more cards I wanted to run, but for now, this is what it's looking like. And yeah, I still need to play test this. And that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Haven't been posting that many videos because of the holidays, and also been a little busy with work, but hopefully starting the new year, we'll be posting more content, especially like towards the release of EX8 in January, and then hopefully the second half of BT1920. February or March. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.